again. Since I've got this camera, I can bring it wherever. We could go on a house tour. No, not a house tour, but I might take you to see my closet and see the progress of the sculpture. I'm getting a little bit worried, not gonna lie, because my instinct says to cover it with plastic wrap, but my research that I was doing said that I should just leave it out in the open. And I'm like, wait, if I leave it out in the open, A, it's going to be exposed to contamination, and B, it's going to, wait, why is that quiet? Hello? Did my music just die? Oh, no, it's fine. And B, it could potentially dry out and get yellow, which we don't want. We don't want any yellow mycelium here. Pure white only. But, yeah, and I'm worried that it might stall the growth, too. I'm just worried, like, girl, I'm worried about so many things. This is a very high stakes project. It's high. The stakes are high. It could all just fall apart. And I don't want it to, because I spend a lot of time and effort. This is what happens when you do art, though. You spend a lot of time and effort, and then you put the results in the universe's hands, and you say, here, do what you want with it. But yeah, maybe I should, okay, I might take you guys to see my closet. You guys want to see my closet? We can wait a bit. We'll wait until we actually have people here. Well, for now, we'll set up the mahjong. I think I'm streaming a bit early. Yeah, I started a bit early today. I was just so excited. I had to start right away. I've decided that with streaming, less is more, but also more is more sometimes. Well, it's hard to find a balance. Like, if I stream every single day, then I think people will get sick of me. But then if I don't stream enough, then people will forget about me. So it's like, I don't know. I know I should ultimately just stream when I feel like it, and that's what I am doing. But also, I don't know. I wanted to play mahjong today, so that's what we're doing today. Okay, we kind of... Hello, Sam, how's it going? Welcome. We're playing... Hi! How you doing, my friend? We're playing mahjong. And then I might take you on a tour of my closet later. Ooh, closet tour. Not really, but we may go visit my closet to check on my little sculptures from yesterday. We got 15 minutes before another meeting. Okay. Well, thanks for deciding to pop by and say hello. I'm playing my matching game today. Maybe we'll set up the matching game, then maybe we'll go look in the closet. I've got my humidifier set up in there, so that hopefully the humidity is all right. Because the climate where I live is really dry, and so I'm worried that they'll dry out. Because again, it's just exposed to the air directly, which freaks me out. I'm like, ooh, it's exposed to the elements. What's gonna happen? So I've been checking on it every hour or so, which I probably shouldn't be doing. I probably shouldn't be checking on it every single hour, but I'm just worried, okay? I'm just worried. I don't want anything to happen. It's my investment. I gotta check on my investment. Like the Spartans just letting babies die on the rocks. Oh no! No, don't tell me that. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Nothing will happen. Nothing's happened so far, so I swear, if something happens now of all times, I will be so sad. Here, let me... Oh, yes. Okay, it's nice and straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I need one more layer. I put the layer Actually gonna do it like this. Yeah, there we go. So we can have the layers like this. Well, hold on. I'll push it forward a little bit. But yeah, I have a plan to talk about a few things today. I still wanted to go see that video, the Shia Labeouf video, the interview with Andrew Callahan. I think is very important to watch. Mostly because I think it's just really fascinating. When it came out, I knew that he was in the midst of a manic episode. And interestingly enough, like, I want to say like 2 days or like the day after the interview was released, he was arrested again. And it's like, that was not surprising at all. That was not surprising at all, considering the state of mind he was in during the interview. I'm kind of conflicted because, like, on the one hand, I don't want to like show somebody in such a vulnerable state, which he definitely is. But on the other hand, like, he did agree to the interview, and it is very public. You can just go see it on YouTube. So, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing the interview is public because now, well, because it's out there.
我在北京.
What's up, Beijing? Hi, Refly. How's it going? Welcome. We're playing Mahjong again. But really soon, we're gonna go on a closet tour. Okay, as soon as I finish my tower, let's go on a closet tour. I want to go on the tour of the closet. Please don't die. People don't die if they are embarrassed. Yeah, well, and if embarrassment is what it takes to get somebody to take accountability or to, like, see how far they've come and feel good about it, like, what I'm hoping is that he will heal and then look back on the interview and cringe. And then that will be used as a reminder of, like, where he came from and that he should never go back to that spot. He should never go back to that place. So we'll do some investigations of the interview very soon. Oh, he'll go back. Well, but I hope he doesn't. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's struggling with addiction, struggling with mental illness is rough. And for some people, that's their whole life. And there's not much you can do. But in this stream, I want to see, is there anything we can do? Is there anything we can do? So worried about doing something embarrassing to someone. It's not me. I'm not worried about being embarrassing. I'm just worried about, like, saying something that is in poor taste about another person. Because what I don't like the reaction. I don't like the reaction streamers or YouTubers who are super mean to people. Because I don't think it's helpful. I don't think that type of public shame. I don't think shame is a helpful emotion. What? Your stream streak was reset at some point. Oh no, Refly. Did you miss one of my, maybe you missed one of my closet streams. Tragic. Oh, I'm so sorry, Refly. How much were you at? That's crazy. How much were you at? Okay, should we go on a tour of my closet? I'm gonna go see my closet. Okay, let's go. Into the closet. I have to mute my microphone. I also have to... Oops. Hold on. Okay. Bring that there. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna make me bigger. I'm gonna make me a little bit bigger so I can show you. Okay, closet tour time. Closet tour. Okay. Are you ready to go on a closet tour? Okay, let me turn off my microphone. Wait, let me. I'm echoing. Okay, I'm whispering now. Okay, let me turn off my so I don't dox myself. Okay, we're gonna go in the closet right now. We're going in the closet. As soon as I arrive, I'll show you. Okay, we're in the closet. Look, I've got my humidifier going right here. Look at all my stuff. Okay, so here's the circular one. You see how it's growing a bit more white on the. This is my brick that I'm gonna make for my give to my mushroom church. Okay, and then there's the 2 sheets, which I don't know what I'm doing with. This one just freaking broke. So, and I really thought that it would glue itself back together. I don't think that's gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. I think all the structural whatever was finished already. Like at this point, it's just going to be a superficial mycelium growth, which I have to be okay with. Okay, and then we're going to see here's the statue. Yeah. Here's the thing. Look at this. These spots is where I punctured the mycelium with my tool when I was trying to get it out of the mold. So I think I permanently damaged that, which really sucks. And I'm seeing like absolutely 0 growth on that. So that's kind of discouraging, but that's okay. Look, it's still in the shape, which is cool. And that's a win in my book. We got the mycelium cookies, and then we got the triangle, which I don't know what I'm gonna do with the triangle. We'll figure something out. But yeah, so like right here, I'm worried it's gonna dry out, and then the mycelium is not gonna grow in these areas. You see all this. I mean, I guess it could just add like it could add some character, you know what I mean? Make it look homemade and interesting. But I am a bit disappointed about that. And you can kind of tell the depth difference, which I like too. The edges are starting to get a little bit yellow, like a tiny bit yellow on the outside. By the way, I'm so sorry guys, I can't see chat for now. I'm gonna, as soon as I return, I'll be able to see chat. If this part gets a little bit yellow, that could show like a little bit of depth difference, so that could be interesting. But anyway, so that's my update. Also, I'm a bit worried that having this humidifier in here is going to make my closet grow mold. So I'm only keeping it on for I think I've got it set for 2 hours. Because last time I left it on for 3 hours and it freaking made this place into a steam room. And I'm like, ooh, that's not good. I don't want to ruin my closet. Guys, I really need a room. I need a mushroom room. Like one that's specially built for this stuff because I don't want to destroy my closet. Okay. All right, I'm coming back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sam says, I hear you about not liking that, but if you make saying something bad about other people such a strong fault, it makes it harder to be able to be active and do things anybody might take poorly. There we go. Okay, putting myself back. There we go. Yeah. I mean, it's just in my personality to not really have strong opinions about anything. And for some people that bothers them because they have very strong opinions about everything. I tend to just kind of be whatever I need to be at the moment. I don't have a spine. I don't have a backbone. And I'm okay with that. That's the thing. I'm okay with being spineless. It genuinely doesn't... It genuinely doesn't affect me either way. I don't know. I'll just flow with whatever's supposed to happen. I would like for everybody to like me. I want to prove everyone wrong. Everybody who says, no, you can't get everybody to like you. That's impossible. I'm going to prove them wrong. Just you wait. Just you wait. Everyone's going to like me. Okay? They just haven't seen me yet. They haven't gotten to know me. Because if you really got to know me, you'd love me. Because I'm lovable. I think ultimately I just need to prove to myself that I'm lovable, and that's all I should need. But, you know, that's so much work, you guys. Oh, that's so much work. I like myself. I like myself at this point, and that's better than anything in the past. In the past, I hated myself. Can you imagine hating yourself? Girl, why did you ever? No, hating yourself is not where it's at. So I'm at the stage of liking myself, and hopefully one day I'll be at the stage of loving myself. Which, one thing at a time, slowly. Sam said that's a Triforce, obviously. The triangle, I could make a Triforce. But the thing is, my friend, she doesn't like Zelda. She doesn't like video games. Crazy, right? She hates computers and she hates video games. She doesn't have a computer at her house. I think she has one laptop, but it's usually like a work laptop. She spends every single weekend going out and touching grass and going traveling. Reflex said, I need to come up with a surreal meme about hating oneself. You should. I'm loving all your surreal meme ideas. I think they're excellent. With a positive message. Well, you guys, the surreal meme community is actually pretty positive. It's what I'm gathering. They're kind of a lot of the surreal memes they make are very existential, but also have some underlying messages of it's okay. We're in this together. We get it. Life is absurd. Life is crazy. Life is surreal. We need to go to surreal meme convention. I know. I love surreal memes so much. Sam says it's easier to prove you're lovable to 8 billion other humans than it is to prove you're lovable to yourself. Real. So real. Yeah. I think I agree. But I'm working on it. Although I will say this, there are people in this world who do not like me. And does that keep me up at night? Abso-fucking-lutely. I think about them a lot. And they probably don't think about me at all. But I spend a lot of time thinking about the people who don't like me and why. And I know that I'm never going to be able to, I actually think I had a nightmare about one of the people who doesn't like me last night. And it's just, that's my reality. That's okay. It is what it is. I'm just rearranging this so it's right side up. Okay. Spent more time thinking about Duncan than I ever wish I did. What makes you say that? Okay. I'm going to start playing and then I'm going to watch the Shia Labeouf video. Okay. Let's start. Excuse me. I had a sandwich earlier. Okay. Start from the top and go down. I do spend a lot of time, I will admit, I spend a lot of time thinking about streamers. other streamers. Oh. Yeah, that's hard. I will say this, just so you're aware, he is a member of this community, so like he may come at any point. So I'll be very brief. Okay, I'll be very brief. That's hard. I mean, like I know that in one of Eris's streams, he had somebody come in who was banned by another channel, and they had a lot of beef, and they were like arguing back and forth. Surprise! Don't refly. Listen, all I'm saying is that that's what happened in Eris's community, and it was quite uncomfortable to be a witness to, where it was like person who got banned super pissed, person who banned them was super pissed, and they were both just arguing back and forth, and Eris was trying to talk about like the whatever he was talking about, and they just kept going and going and going and going and going and going, and like, yeah, I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry that happened. That's all I'll say is like, sometimes you don't know how you come across, and even if you do intend to be respectful, then reflex not. I've only banned 2 people. I think like 2 or 1 person. I know 1 person that I banned. Yeah. Did ban 1 person. It takes a lot to be banned by me. It takes a lot. And usually I try and figure people out, and I try and see if there's a pattern. If there's a pattern of making me very uncomfortable and like throwing off my entire stream and thought, yo, Beef! Oh my god, thank you so much for rating. How was your stream? Oh my gosh, wait, shout out Beef. Shout out Beef named Stu. What a legend. One of the OGs on this channel. Beef and friends, we are playing Mahjong right now. We're talking about banning criteria. Yeah, hello, Bunny. You are streaming quite late into the day. You're usually a morning streamer. Welcome to afternoon. Well, I don't know if it's afternoon where you are, but good afternoon. Yeah, so basically, here I'll explain. So we're matching the tiles, and usually you do this on like Microsoft, but I have them in real life, so we're doing it in real life. If the tiles are trapped by something to the side of it, then you can't take them out. You can only take the tiles that are free horizontally. So that's what I'm doing. And I keep trying to come up with a strategy because dude, let me tell you, I've actually never won this before. I've never won the game. It's like playing solitaire. It's so difficult because if you end up getting stuck, there's nothing you can do, right? And in the Microsoft version, they give you 1 freebie. So I've been giving myself 1 freebie. But even with the freebie, I still haven't won. So wish me luck. Let's hope. But yeah, so we're talking. Go get some lunch. Yes. Okay, I'll keep explaining. Feel free to lurk in the background, or if you have to raid and run, that's completely understandable too. Thank you so much for bringing your community over here, though. That's very kind. Yeah, Beef is one of the OGs. I think he came in. Hello, Duncan. How's it going? Beef came in. One of my Subnautica streams for the first. I was playing Subnautica 2, and I remember it very distinctly. Beef and Bunny came at the same time, and I was like, oh my gosh, 2 new people! It was at a point where like I was really debating whether I should keep streaming or not, seriously, because I was just streaming to almost no one over and over and over, and I was getting really discouraged. But then Beef and Bunny came into my stream and I was like, whoa, there's people. So I'm really appreciative of that. Duncan, I hope you're doing well. It's so nice to see you. I'm looking forward to your next scam baiting stream. Those are always a blast. But yes, we are playing Mahjong again. You found out from my Reddit. Oh yes, I posted on, you guys, if you're a small streamer, I would recommend posting on r/Twitch startup. I posted a few times on there, and that's how they found me. A few people found me through r/Twitch startup. So yeah, if you were just barely starting out, I would definitely recommend. Okay. Yeah, but we're playing Mahjong today. We're also going to be analyzing a interview. You found me in the food and drink category when I was cooking, doing a cooking stream. That's cool. That's awesome. A lot of people found me in the philosophy tag. Organic Twitch growth is not common, but hey, it's worked for me so far. What a beautiful, eclectic group of people. I'm very grateful. Very grateful to have everybody. But yeah, ultimately what I want on this channel is a bunch of people that are that are different, have different opinions, and we can all come together, get along. I know that might be a bit out there. Same as my goal of having everybody like me is out there, but I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. Okay. I kind of want to go see this. I want to go see this this Shia Labeouf interview. We'll continue. Don't worry. We'll pick up the Mahjong a bit later. Let me see. How do I... Okay. Yes. Does that work? Whoa. Okay. Hello. That's not supposed to happen. Wait. Delete display capture. I was saying in the beginning, I was like, every time I use OBS, it's like the first time I'm using it. And that's in a bad way. There we go. Piece of a blue... Yeah, it's part of my lo-fi. By the way, shout out to the lo-fi music that I'm playing. Okay. We're going to put this here. I'm going to go over to the Shia Labeouf interview. The reason why I want to talk about this because it really stood out to me. Oh, Beef was like, I was like, sweet rolls. And I'm like, bet. Yeah, that was when I made the sweet rolls from Skyrim for one of my chats. So one of my chatters, Onion Helmet, may he rest in peace. Just kidding. He's alive. I found him in a different channel. Which was a bit awkward because he hasn't come for like many months. That's how Twitch works, by the way. F's in chat for Onion. It's like he comes back after 5 months. That's just what happens. People come and go and like you don't have control over it. People, like, it may work for their schedule to come by, and he was coming by like for hours and hours, and just he had so many jokes, and it was like him and me and Whack It for the longest time, and we'd just be playing Skyrim and just, yes, Popman assemble. Good times. And then Refly came along and formed the Popman, and you guys were making like different jokes back and forth in the chat. I hope you didn't hold a funeral for me. No, not yet. I was thinking about it though, B. Just kidding. Just kidding. No, I know that people come and go. It just the only thing that it makes me think about is that like I should appreciate people while they are here, while they choose to come and spend time with me and hold a space with me. And every moment you have with somebody else is very precious, right? Because you never know. It's just like life. You never know when it's going to be the last time you spend with somebody. And especially the case on the internet, because people really, they come here for leisure, right? And leisure, it's something that's dependent on somebody's schedule, on their preferences, on what they're feeling like. I know I've done that to so many streams. Like I come and go in other people's streams. There's some communities where I like to keep coming back and coming back. But there's others where, I just, whatever works for me, and that's all I can expect from other people. So, okay, I wanted to watch a little bit of this, mostly because I think it's really fascinating, and I kind of want to think about like what can be done. What is it the responsibility of anybody? Is it the responsibility of anybody else to fix your problems? Or is it something that you have to come up with yourself? I like this video because it's just, it really gives you a glimpse into what is going on in his mind state. And I know that he's done many things that are inexcusable, that are bad behavior. And so whenever there's people out there who have repetitive bad behavior, what I like to do is I like to try and understand. Okay, you can ask for help, but you got to fix your own problems, right? And here's the thing, Beef, is that he's doing neither. He's doing neither. I mean, sometimes I'm wondering if, like, with people's actions, they can be subtly, like, you don't always have to directly ask for help, although it really helps. Like, it's not always obvious to people that you're struggling. In this case, I think it's very obvious that this person is really struggling. He's old news. I mean, yeah, it's difficult to imagine, like, being really popular from such a young age. And almost like he talked earlier in this interview about how, or later in this interview about how he became really, really wealthy from a very young age, and like he had enough money to retire for the rest of his life. And it's like, what do you do when you're at that stage, right? When you don't really have anything you have to work for anymore. When you don't, I think he's legit mentally ill. Well, yeah, I mean, I think there's multiple components, Sam, and I think that's definitely one of them. Well, here, let me play some of the video, and I'll show some of the,
Okay, let me know where we're going.
I like this setup, bro. It's so solid, bro. It's holistic.
Well, bro, thank you for making the time.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Easy.
I think a lot of people probably saw some of the Mardi Gras media coverage.
No, I understand.
Heard about the arrest and stuff.
God bless them.
Likely want to know how you're doing.
Bro, I've been having the time of my life. I got some contrition on my heart, you know what I mean? It's not nice to hurt people, ever. It's fucking lame. People got hurt, I gotta deal with that. I'm gonna deal with that. I'm gonna deal with that in full. I'll eat it all. It was on me. It's not on them. It's on me. I fucked up. It's on me. I fucked up. It's on me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
See,
I don't know, like when he said, I don't know. When he said that, it's so interesting to hear him talk about himself, because it almost feels like he sees himself in the third person. I think he's genuinely at this point completely dissociated. Himself and whoever he thinks he is are two different people. Okay, have a good lunch. Thank you so much again for the raid. It's nice to see you. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this briefly. I just wanted to do some investigation because I thought it was interesting. But it almost seems like he's talking about he's saying what he should say instead of what he actually thinks and feels. The way that he repeated like, oh, I feel bad, it's on me, it's on me, it's on me. He just said it over and over and over. It feels a lot like somebody who they're trying to communicate with others. They're trying to communicate with other people, but they're not getting through. However, I think in this case, he's trying to communicate with himself. It's like a battle between himself, his subconscious, and his like executive functioning in a way where it's like, I think he's aware of what he's doing wrong, but also I think he's so deep in his mental illness and addiction that there's no integration between the two. I think he's completely dissociated from reality, which is because like I said, after this interview, like only 2 days later, I want to say, he got arrested again. And that was not a surprise at all, because he's in this interview. Later in the interview, he goes and gets a beer, and then he drinks another beer. He drinks 2 beers. And it was while he was talking about like how he struggled with alcoholism and that he believes that rehab is not going to be helpful for him. That rehab, it's just like something other people want him to do, but not something that he wants to do himself. I mean, I think in some cases, like, fault can lie with other. Rehab fails more people than it helps. Oh, I see. Is that your opinion? I mean, I think it all just comes down to, hey, Dom, how's it going? Dom, we're analyzing Shia Labeouf. I don't know if it's interesting for you, but that's what we're doing. Talking about how we need to help ourselves. We need to... Sam says more people spontaneously stop doing drugs than stop because of rehab. You saw it? Yeah, this was crazy. The whole energy of the interview. I've never seen a genuine on video manic episode. When he cried for Jesus, that threw me. Well, it just feels like all the layers of his brain have been peeled back, and you're looking directly into his brain and how it operates. I mean, this is so stream of consciousness. Everything that he is currently thinking about and doing, like, it's all on the table. And it's just fascinating to me. Okay, I want to play a little bit more.
You take responsibility for
1,000%. We're not gonna play games.
Yeah.
But I had a great time.
Definitely.
So it was talking about how he just hurt somebody and was arrested for that. And he was like, that's on me, 1,000%, that's on me, that's on me, that's on me. And then he said, but I had a great time. Yo.
Just like partying at Mardi Gras in
Nah,
general.
more than that. Something further than that. Something like sacred, bro. Something like, joy is sacred, bro. And I don't know, I keep talking like weird, like, cause we're camered up. So I'm thinking I gotta talk for a big audience. I'm gonna talk for me. Let's start over. Click. Start the whole interview over. Start the interview over, bro.
All right, we're here, Shia Labeouf, live, New Orleans, 1 week after Fat Tuesday. How are you doing 1 through 10?
Blessed.
Okay, so that's a 10.
It's a 10.
Sorry, Sam. I can't receive links in this, but feel free to send it to me on Discord. It's so interesting. I mean, I don't even know. Like he says he wants to be candid. Like, oh, when the cameras are off, if the cameras weren't here, I'll be different. And he wants to be candid. I think it's a mix between sometimes he's extremely candid and sometimes he's acting. And I feel like there's these two sides of him that are like constantly wrestling in himself. It's like he's literally he's wrestling with his own shadow self. The entire interview.
Yeah, bro, I feel good. I mean, I got shit I got to answer for, but overall I feel good. I came out here heartbroken. I speak to you now as a man who's filling my heart up.
How long have you been in New Orleans for?
14 days, 12 days.
So did you come down like for Mardi Gras, or you came down like as a planned move?
No. So the fires happened in Pasadena. My dad was in Vietnam. He's got Agent Orange. His whole shit, he can't breathe. So he had to get out of Los Angeles. So when the fires happened, we all evacuated. My pops was like, I'm never going back. Set it up over here. We got family in Appaloosa and Abbeville, Covington, Mandeville. Like Labeoufs are a name out here. Like they matter out here. You know, there's like Labeouf parks and Labeouf cemeteries. There was 3 brothers that really mattered out here. Early days, and I kind of never paid attention to it. I had a grandmother who was a lesbian, so she ran off with Ginsberg as a beard in the 50s.
Ginsberg, like the beat poet from the Bay.
It's like an alien
and there was
personality.
a whole beat thing going on, and she dipped off with them, and then she found herself on some gambling casino. It's a long story. Her name was Jacqueline Joy Ginger Labeouf. She was a friend of Allen Ginsberg. So her family was deeply Catholic.
I think the main theme of this video that I wanted to kind of address was the because the other day we talked about pleasure maxing, right? And if you noticed earlier, he was talking about how he wants joy is something sacred, and I want to prioritize that, and I want to hold on to it, and he's just looking for joy. And I think genuinely what he's trying to do is he's trying to pleasure max. I mean, a lot of people, I do that. Everybody does that. I think it's, I think he's trying so hard. He feels very American. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's real. Absolutely. I just want to skip through the interview a little bit and just see some of the, I definitely don't want to watch the whole thing, but...
I don't want to know, but that's not to diminish on that side either. I fucked up, you know what I mean? But...
You mean like cloud chasing is what led to you having an altercation, pretty much?
Yeah.
Can you break down like what happened that led up to that fight?
I was drunk, and then I felt infringed upon. Yeah, like in terms of my proximity, but I wasn't in my right mind, and so it's on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to get into the mechanics of how that happened.
I felt infringed upon in terms of my proximity. It's so interesting how he's so eloquent in some areas, and in other areas, you know, I don't know. Is it possible not to pleasure max? That's a good question. I mean, I think I'm done pleasure maxing, but I'm not done seeking pleasure. I will always, my entire life, be seeking pleasure. That's not something I'm ever going to give up. I think that's just human nature. But I think pleasure maxing is something that we need to stop. Because, hello, Ivan, how's it going? It's nice to see you. You might enjoy a book that a friend of mine wrote, The 10 Worlds by Alex Lickerman and Ash. Ooh, okay. What's the 10 worlds? The 10 worlds. It's about, hold on. Turn back on my music. Psychology of happiness. Everyone wants happiness that endures, so why are so few people able to achieve it? Having spent over 2 decades researching the answer to this question, Doctors Lickerman and Elfrau argue that this eminently practical and groundbreaking new book, presented as a series of Platonic dialogues recounting real-life patient experiences, that enduring happiness eludes us because we're profoundly confused about what happiness is. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Ivan. Yeah, I think this is a topic that I want to consistently pursue. Although, one thing I do want to say is I think I've found my version of happiness. Happiness. What I define happiness to be is kind of like a contentment, an okayness. I'm okay with everything that happens in my life, whether it be good or bad. Like an aggressive acceptance of reality. That's how I define happy. That's my ideal state, is an aggressive acceptance of what is. Like, yes, I will experience a lot of suffering in my life. Yes, everybody in my life will die, and so will I. Yes, that's going to happen. There's nothing I can do to stop it. Yes, there are a million billion things outside of my control, and that's the way it is. Yes, if I do certain behaviors, it's going to lead to certain consequences, and I have to accept that. Yes, I can't get everything I want. And I don't know, the list just goes on and on. But just like an appreciation for the small pleasures of life. How am I defining pleasure maxing? So Sam, the example I gave about pleasure maxing was like, early in my life, I was at the point where like, I couldn't go see a movie unless I also was drunk. Like I had to drink a lot of alcohol beforehand, to be in a state where I could, here, I'm gonna turn off my camera so I can plug it in here. And then we're gonna shift the camera. We're gonna take a break on Mahjong for a bit so I can rest my camera. Okay. Scoot my camera over here. There. Okay. Scoot my camera over there. There we go. Okay. So anyway, what I was, let me block my technology. Turn it off. There we go. Okay. So, hey, you forgot to check out your Amazon. Oh, what is in my Amazon cart? Oh shit, I better not. Okay. I almost doxed myself. Fuck. Okay, we're not visiting Amazon again. Wow, I almost doxed myself. Ooh, don't do that. If I had clicked on that cart, it would have shown my address. My genuine address. Okay, that was too close. That was too close, buddy. Whoa. It's okay. And luckily only 6 people would have saw it. And it just so happens to be 6 people who I trust immensely, with my address. Ivan may or may not have my address. I don't know. He might have my address. Goodreads only. Yeah, Goodreads only. Okay. Sorry, I was overheating a bit. Figuring out the technology gets really stressful. Is it possible? So yes, it is possible not to pleasure max because like I decided not to drink alcohol and do fun things at the same time. I can drink alcohol sometimes, and I can do fun things other times. I don't have to necessarily combine them together and feel the ultimate ecstasy all the time. You have neither your name nor address. Okay. I'm not sure if it tells you. Because my book is in your cart, not a euphemism. I bought your book, Ivan. I bought your book. That's why I was wondering if you had my address. If it, like, told you. Marissa, blah, blah, blah. And this is her address. I didn't want to mention it because I didn't want to flex, but I guess I did mention it, so. What was I saying? Oh, pleasure maxing. Right. So, I think that Shia Labeouf is pleasure maxing. And I think that most people are. And to break out of that, to find real happiness and contentment, can be really challenging. I think what worked for me was grappling with a lot of existential dread and philosophy. I didn't plug in my phone. I just said I was going to plug in my phone and then I didn't. Plug in. Okay, there. Plugged in my phone. So, oh, this is not Shia Labeouf. This is Alan Watts. We'll save him for later. Okay.
Because, you know, so much of this story is about you being a public figure and being in the limelight for so long. Anytime you pop out somewhere, especially on the party tip, the first thing people are going to say is like, let me get a picture, let me take a video. What was it about these particular interactions, like at our bar specifically, that like made things escalate, you think?
I don't know, bro. I have no idea, bro. I'll be honest with you, it's probably just my fault, bro, somewhere. I don't know how. Well, I'm gonna figure it out, dog. You're catching me. This is why it's beautiful. I don't know many people be open.
If you notice how he said it's probably my fault, I don't know, I'm going to figure it out. I think there genuinely is no association between him and his actions. He's completely dissociated from his sense of self, that I don't think it even registers in his head that the actions he's doing is harming people. I mean, all of this is speculation, obviously, and I'm not a mental health practitioner, so I could just be talking out of my ass, but that's just the way that it was striking me. Was that I genuinely don't think he feels bad about what he did, and I think that's a very dangerous place to be in when you're not connecting your actions with yourself. I'm trying to think if I've ever been in that spot before. The furthest I've ever dissociated from my sense of self. The thing is, I've always aggressively been myself. I think that's the problem, is that because in the past I've struggled with depression, and depression is an excess of selfness, obsession with self. And so there were times where I disassociated with everyone else, and I perceived myself to be separate from everybody else, and that nobody else was real. Like I'm the only real person, and everybody else is not real. But I've never had a point where I've thought that I am not real, that I'm somehow like an illusion. Sam says, I would say there are times where he realizes it, but it's not consistent. Okay, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. I just like, again, we do get glimpses of how he works, about how his brain works, but obviously we're not getting the whole story. But as much as people want to share, this is why I like Andrew Callahan interviews so much, is because I feel like people on his show do share about as much as you can share about themselves as humanly possible. And yeah, I want to look into people's brains.
I don't have answers yet, you know what I mean? I don't have any answers yet. I'm in the middle of it. I'm on the path, you know what I mean? I don't have answers yet. And usually when people come here, they got answers. I have no answers yet. So I'm in the middle of something. Ask your question one more time.
I guess, what about this particular infringement on your privacy?
I'm a Catholic, bro. You know what I mean? I don't fuck with the... God, be careful. Count me now. I'm a Catholic.
What does that have to do with like you feel like, how does that connect to the...
I don't know, the whole story's not out yet. I don't know what was going on in my head, but it don't matter. I mean, the truth is, I said words not okay to say. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Right. And Ivan, this is something I've experienced as well when I'm deep in my mental health, deep in my depression, is that I'm genuinely not thinking about anybody else except for myself. Like, people could ask me a question over and over again, and I'm just going to say, I feel like everybody does this to a small extent. Like, you cannot separate yourself from yourself, at least not permanently. But like, where the person would ask the question, and then the way you respond is just like, whatever you're planning on saying at that moment, that's what you're going to say. And there's no registration of like, there's no critical thinking occurring of like, how is this going to be perceived, what I'm saying? You know, the filter's completely off. I'm just saying whatever comes to my mind whenever it comes to my mind. And I unfortunately I do this sometimes where I like will have the filter come off and just say whatever, and it usually comes back to bite me in the ass because you have to be tactful about how you talk about yourself and how you talk to other people.
That's what I mean by being. I'm a Catholic. Is I'm not supposed to be out here. I'm wrong for what I did. Is what I'm saying.
How was the experience of going to jail and everything like that?
All cute, like fun, like whatever, like stupid, like Mardi Gras.
What was it like at OPP?
What's OPP?
Orleans Parish Prison.
Oh
man.
shit! You got all the fucking slick ass names. I don't know, bro. I went in there. I was like, hey, let me get a coffee. They're like, shut the fuck up. We don't give you coffees out here. So, but they were all nice to me, bro. I got cold. They gave me a blanket. Nobody was really talking. It was crowded. It was Fat Tuesday, so it was super crowded. And then it got more crowded and more crowded and more crowded. But that was fun. And then it's pretty cute. There was one dude who popped off bad, but nothing.
Sam, I haven't seen that.
Nothing really.
How many people were in the drunk tank on Fat Tuesday?
On Fat Tuesday, it was probably where I was. There's probably 50 of us.
I'm sure everybody recognized you though, right?
Yeah, but everybody's good, bro.
I guess my question is like, what does it take? What does it take for one to realize? What does it take for one to care? And is there any salvaging this, like salvaging him, saving him from himself? I mean, he's generating all of his suffering himself. He's literally the epitome of self-generated suffering. And that's why I do feel bad for him. And so I know that this doesn't excuse any of his behavior. I'm not excusing any of his behavior, but I know that everything he's doing, he's just bringing upon himself. And so that I do that too. I mean, obviously not to this extent, right? But I just hope I never get to the point where I'm so oblivious of my self-generated suffering that I'm completely powerless to it. Like I can't stop. He just can't stop. He just keeps going and going and going and going. And I just wonder, like, what does it take to break through to someone? And part of me wonders if it's like he just needs to be listened to more. I think everybody needs to be listened to more. Do like 5 grams of mushrooms and just not talk the whole... He just needs to do mushrooms. Well, the thing is, Sam, I think mushrooms could help him, but mushrooms only work if you approach them with the right intention. If people approach them with the wrong intentions, then they're not going to help you at all. They might even just like inflate your ego even more. I'm of the opinion that there's nothing inherently special. Like, I want to be careful. I think there is something inherently special about mushrooms, but I don't think I don't think they are like the cure-all for people can have a lot of influence over how the mushroom affects you. And if you approach it with the wrong intentions, then it's not gonna help you. It's not gonna do what it needs to do. But yes, maybe like something to break him out of these thought patterns, of these like to see himself from an outside perspective and look down and realize, oh shit, I'm doing all this myself. I'm causing all this suffering for other people and for myself, and I'm the one who has to take responsibility for it, not anybody else.
Everybody's easy, you know what I mean? They know what it is, really. They know already.
Yeah.
My baggage kind of lands before I get there, kind of thing, usually, everywhere.
You told me you shared a blanket in there though.
Yeah.
That's very poetic. He said his baggage lands before he gets there. I don't think he meant to be poetic by that, but it was. The spice melange. What does that mean? I'm gonna look that up. I don't know what that means. It's in Dune. Is it something from Dune? That'll fix him. Oh, it's just spice. Awareness spectrum narcotic that formed a fundamental block of commerce in the known universe for millennia. Oh, cultural development. That'll fix him. The spice will fix him. Well, and another important aspect of it is that, yeah, you do have to integrate. Integration is so important. If you don't integrate, then no work actually is done. Sam says spice is just LSD and ecstasy mixed together with future sight and immortality. Well, I don't know. Sometimes it can work for people, but not always. It's not a cure-all.
Yeah, we did. We shared a blanket because there's 50 of us, so there's only so many blankets. But yeah, me and this one, yeah, we shared a blanket. He was, we talked. He was a good guy. Actually, he was. So usually when you get processed, you become friends with whoever you're getting processed with. Just the innate reality of meeting somebody before you meet everybody else.
Yeah.
And so the guy I got processed with became sort of a quick buddy. We didn't even talk. I don't know much about him, but just like one fisherman could see another fisherman from afar kind of thing. And we had that kind of connection. And then, yeah, black kid. Shared blanket, and then we also shared meals. Like we got, it was quite intimate actually. Fuck was his name? I don't remember. Fuck was his name? I don't remember. Older cat. I don't know what his name was. Will?
This right here tells me that he is... I don't know. Like, it's not even registering to him that other people... I think he's so... I don't want to use the word desperate, but he's so wanting of connection with other people, and that he's, if you hear about how he's talking about this connection with this other person in the jail, in the drunk tank, right? They shared a blanket, and it was intimate, and the way you see his eyes light up, and he's so excited about it, right? And he's so like, but then he doesn't even, and it doesn't even matter that he doesn't remember his name, but like he just wants, he's a person who's just looking for genuine connection with other people, but also I don't think is willing to do what it takes to, he wants it in the way that it can benefit him, but not in the way that can benefit other people, is the way I see it. Like, and I don't want to, I'm not going to play any more of the video really, but like the whole time he's romanticizing things like happiness and connection and intimacy, and he's talking about them as some lofty, interconnected concept. And I think it can be dangerous to get into a space where you're like trying to connect everything to everything else. Everything has a higher meaning. Everything has a higher purpose, right? Because that is when you can sometimes delve into the territory of delusion. Because I'm trying to think very hard about what I want to say and whether it's important for me to be saying anything at all. I mean, I guess I'll just acknowledge that the reason why I brought it up is because I'm trying to understand it. So, it may not be helpful for other people. So that's why in my head I'm wrestling between two different ideas of, well, I want to talk about this. And then the other side of me is like, well, it's not really adding anything to be talking about it. And so I'm going back and forth and back and forth. Okay, and it's getting exhausting. So I think we're gonna end this here, but I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts on it. I'm gonna get my camera and bring it back. We're gonna play some mahjong. Let's play some mahjong. Let's see if my camera charged. Okay, it charged a tiny bit. Bruh. We're gonna go until my camera dies. And then so let me turn off my display capture. Thank you everyone for humoring me with that. Humoring me cosplaying a reaction streamer. I love cosplaying. Okay. There we go. Okay, let me make sure that's good. And if I turn on my camera, it should work. Yeah, okay. Sam says that kid is gonna catch shit for the rest of his life being intimate. Well, I think what he meant was that they were close. But he likes to use the flowery words because they sound nicer. I mean, when he said that you can tell. I think you can tell when somebody's really trying hard to hide their internal mental state. When they start to use really, really big words like that and try to use super flowery language in a context in which you don't really, it's not really warranted. Like when he's saying, he invaded my, what did he say? He invaded me in terms of my proximity or something. I think somebody commented. I'm looking at the comments. But anyway, I mean, and he's in I think he's in Italy right now. And he's going around and just yelling at people on the street and harassing people in hotels, on the outside of hotels. And it's just like it's snowballing into a huge disaster. I just feel bad for the guy. Cosplaying feels really uncomfortable for me. Yeah. Although, I mean, to be fair, I feel like anytime I'm talking with somebody else, it feels like I'm cosplaying. You know what I mean? The only time I don't feel like I'm cosplaying is when I'm just talking to myself. And I'm like, okay, you know me. We're good. We understand each other. Like, I don't have to pretend. I don't have to perform or anything. I'm just me. I feel like it's really, 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 really rare to find somebody who you genuinely don't have to do any sort of cosplaying around. Even with my best friends, I still do inflate things, or what's the word? Like, I'm not being my 100% true self. Maybe for glimpses of our time together, but not constantly. Not constantly. I think that's just like, it's an instinct. It's a reflex of like interacting with other people. You want to, or maybe it's just a symptom of interfacing with other humans. Hold on. No, this was supposed to be here, I think. It's blocking it off. Or is it supposed to be down lower? I genuinely don't know. Okay, that's fine. Ignore that. Achieving my true self is probably the most elusive thing that something I will ever be chasing after. I will always be chasing after being my true self. I've had people I've had conversations with people where they've said, "You see that right there? That's your true self." It's like, how do you know that and I don't? What do you mean my true? What are you talking about? How do you know my true self when I don't? I am the only one who gets to know that. I don't know, man. Anyway, I feel like I'm starting to replicate. I'm starting to mimic Shia Labeouf. His energy rubbed off on me. We're gonna have a manic stream now. where we just ramble. We just ramble about nothing to feel better about ourselves. It is what it is. I'm having a good time, and that's all that matters. I am genuinely having a good time. I mean, good time, what I mean by that is like I'm having the time that I'm supposed to have and want to have, and the time that I have accepted. It's it may not be the most correct time. Bruh, I'm rambling again. No, okay. Focus on mahjong. Focus. Hold on. Focus. I would just like to. One thing that I want to stop doing is hating things that come out of my mouth. I want to stop. I want to let go of my attachments to things after they've left my mouth. The thing is that, like, I guess if I were to get to a point where I genuinely was indifferent to everything I said, I guess I could end up like Shia Labeouf. But I feel almost like the opposite of him, where almost everything that comes out of my mouth I despise. And so I think a mix of both is necessary. Like trying to be tactful about how you say things and who you're saying them to, but also like not. I thought about titling today's stream, pleasure maxing versus lazy maxing, to fit in line with the Gen Z slang. Pleasure maxing versus lazy maxing. You gotta have a balance of both. Earlier on Discord, we were having a discussion over whether we like makeup or we don't, whether women should wear makeup or not. And I'm finding myself somewhere in the middle, as usual. I always tend to find myself in the middle of most debates. Yeah, when I'm having that dilemma in my head over like, should I be talking about this? Should I not be talking about this? I think at the end of the day, what I should think about is, why does it matter so much? Why do I care so much about how I come across? And I think at the end of the day, all it comes down to is ego. I want it to feed my ego. When I feel helpful, so you pick apart all the layers, right? And so the layer of, why do I want to talk about this specific topic? And I break it down into, because I think it could be helpful for other people. Okay, why do I want it to be helpful for other people? Because I want to be a helpful person. Okay, why do I want to be a helpful person? And then eventually you keep breaking it down, so that I can feel good about myself. It always comes down to that. So that I can feel good about myself. So I feel good. So I pleasure max. Pleasure maxing. That's what it comes down to. I need to I say this every stream. I need to let go of needing everybody to like me. It's literally the bane of my existence. And I don't think it's a problem that's ever going to be solved. And that's okay. Sometimes I enjoy the battling. Actually, I do. I do enjoy the battle. I enjoy the struggle. People on the outside looking in at my seemingly unsolvable problem probably get really frustrated because they probably see an easy solution to it. But that's the thing, is that I think everybody has a fundamental flaw that they can't work through. And it's maybe something we can all have solidarity over, is that my fundamental flaw is this. And then somebody else is like, my fundamental flaw is this. none of us can solve it for each other. We have to all solve it ourselves. And that's the most infuriating part. Sam says, this is why I asked you. I know, I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, fuck. This is why I asked you if it was possible to not pleasure max and how you defined it. Yeah, it took me a minute to get there. It took me a minute. I genuinely consider every single thing people put in my chat, even if I don't respond to it right away, it registers in my mind. And then if I miss it, then I'll go back in my VOD and I'll see it and I'll try and highlight it. But if I ever don't respond to your message in the right way, feel free to just say it again or try and explain it to me. Hello, Eris. It's nice to see you today. You could do the right thing for the wrong reasons. Like, it could be good to help people out of being egotistical. It's better than doing the wrong thing for the wrong reasons. Like being a leech because you think you deserve more than others. Well, I mean, fuck. I don't know who defines right and wrong. I want to be on top. I want to figure this shit out. I don't think it can be figured out. It can't be. Have a good meeting, Sam. I was wondering why you were staying for much longer. Thank you for being here. I'd like to speak to the manager of Right and Wrong. I know. Every chance in my life, Ivan, that I've had to be able to speak with a higher power, I've followed that rabbit hole as far as I could, and every time I end up being disappointed. So I think it's time to stop chasing that. I think it's time to just radically accept. This is what I was saying earlier. You gotta radically accept reality. That's the only solution. You have to just radically accept that life is suffering, and that's okay. That's okay. We will suffer. We will suffer. We will die. And some problems are unsolvable. They just are. Cheers. Cool. It's kind of I was still trying to convert me. Not yet. Wait. Ivan's like, yeet. Pounce on her. Ladies and gentlemen, we got her. No, not yet. You can't take me. I'm like clawing. I'm clawing on my way out, like holding on to my mysticism and my spiritualism. You won't get me alive. It must be incredibly confusing for everybody watching me. It's incredibly confusing for me. I genuinely, like, to see a girl who genuinely doesn't know what she wants. But I'm sure that it's the same old story that's been told for as long as time has existed. Girls who just don't know what they want. Thanks for being here, Ivan. It's always a pleasure to have you. Have a good meeting. One day, when I convert to physicalism, I'll hit you up, and you will be able to give me all the knowledge, all the wisdom that you possess. It's cool if someone doesn't like to wear makeup or heels, just like it may be cool for someone to not wear nice clothes or cologne. Yeah. The conclusion that I kind of came to was that maybe just not all the time, but sometimes it's nice to look nice for other people, right? To dress up. I like to wear I've got a few nice dresses that I got from China. I've got a few cheap haul, which are like my super, super nice clothes. And I like to wear those and go out. And I'll wear a tiny bit of makeup. One thing I'm done with mascara. Never again. Last time I wore mascara was like a month ago, and like it was.
我在北京
What's up with Beijing? Yes, my cheap haul that I surprisingly haven't worn in China. I got it from China though. They measured me, and because I was way bigger than all the Chinese girls. I couldn't fit into any of the cheap hauls in the stores, so they had to custom make one for me. But tailored clothes are very inexpensive in China, so if you ever need a suit, I would highly recommend just go over to China and get one. Damn, you guys, I want to go live in China again. That'll fix me. That'll fix all my problems. Actually, just kidding. The lowest time in my life was when I was in China. But then I made it through. I made it out of that. But that was probably the lowest point in my depression that I've ever reached. That was my rock bottom. But after that, everything was good and fine. Time and time again, I'm reminded that I am no better than anybody else. If I were to be given fame or fortune, I would squander it just the same way. As much as I like to believe that if I were in Shia Labeouf's position, I would handle my life differently, I don't think I would. Because every time I've experienced even a minute amount of success in my life, it's always gone right here, immediately to my head. Eris said, my favorite thing about rock bottom is that there's a lot of lateral space. Do you mean like a lot of space to change your situation? Is that what you mean by that? Like, put out your feelers? I think something to be careful about is like, because I've had people tell me, like people in my community, because every Sunday we have like a group therapy session, and like people will come every time, and every single time they come, they say, I've hit rock bottom, I've hit rock bottom, I've hit rock bottom, and they just keep saying it over and over and over again. And eventually I think you reach a point where it's like, what is what? There must be a pattern here, because you can't be in rock bottom forever. Eris says life hasn't gotten better, but it has gotten different. Okay, different is good. Different can be good. Different can be good. I think what I'm trying to do in terms of my mental health is just like, I'm just gonna be like, I just lost my train of thought. It was something, dang it, it was something important too. It's okay. It would have made me feel so good about my ego too. It would have made me feel so good about myself. Like, oh, Marissa, you're so wise. You're so smart. Duncan says, I tend to not view the journey as having a bottom or a pinnacle. The journey is incremental. The reward is the journey itself. So well put, Duncan. Duncan, you took the words right out of my mouth. It was something that needed to be said by Duncan and not me. Thank you. Yes. I'm starting to see a spoken like a bottom. You know. I'm starting to reframe. I think it's more about reframing it, right? Because when people keep saying, I've hit rock bottom, I've hit rock bottom, I've hit rock bottom, it's the same as saying, like, I have this lifelong struggle. I have anxiety, I have anxiety, I have anxiety. And almost it feels like you are manifesting your reality. Like you're just dwelling in that state, and it feels like it's going to be forever. And I feel like if you instead try and... What's the thing I want to say? I was talking about this like a few months ago about like how I recognize that I manifest my own reality. So if I say weak things about myself, if I talk about myself in a negative way, or say that I'm constantly struggling with something, other people will look at that and that's all they'll see me as. And so I noticed that I think when I'm putting things out there, it's coming back and returning to me, right? I'm telling other people, I'm so anxious, I struggle with social anxiety. Other people are picking up on that, and they're like seeing me as the girl with social anxiety. And that's all I'll ever be. And I guess I'm wondering, like, should I just stop telling people? Maybe I'll just stop telling people that. Gotten different is a nice way to put it. Yeah. We change just as much as the conditions change. We're all variables. The only constant is change. So true. I think what we need to not do is grasp onto things. Grasping onto positive emotions, negative emotions, grasping onto states of self. I'm somebody who enjoys change, and I think, and Duncan, I think you enjoy change as well, because and that's something that's really inspiring to me, is that you're always like making a new channel. You make a new channel. You got like the scam baiting channel. You've got the your main channel. You got your gaming channel. You have all this change. You have these new things, and you're changing the format of the stream constantly. And I kind of see myself in that way. Something that scares me the most is like getting stuck in one place. I think that's my least favorite state of being, is being stuck, is getting bored. Okay. I like the variety, because like you can enjoy suffering, right? There is some suffering that you can enjoy. For example, with my art project, like I do have a lot of anxiety about it, and I failed a few times, and like, oh, meeting postponed. Welcome back, Ivan. Ivan, we're talking about change and how change is necessary. Constant change. We're in constant flux. I mean, even all the cells in our body are constantly replacing themselves. We're like the ship of Theseus. But I think the worst I've ever felt is a state of numbness and a state of boredom. When I think about my rock bottom, I think about what led up to that, and the thing that led up to that was thinking, I will be like this forever and it will never change. I will be like this forever and it will never change, and therefore I should do something that I very much should not do. But when people get desperate, I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I agree. Change is good. Dom says, in Burma, they teach that every time you experience the body, it is a different body. Well, I like to think like every time you wake up, you are a different self. You've changed in some way, fundamentally. But even from moment to moment, I mean, like, we could have the free will debate or whatever, but like, honestly, I don't know how much that matters, because like, you can still change you can still decide things. You can still like change your state of mind about things if you try hard enough. And I think that's cool. Sometimes all it needs, I mean, I understand people who, like, when they're feeling stuck in their life, they go and get their hair dyed. You know, they get a brand new haircut. And I've been tempted to do that sometimes. My thing that I do is I'll get a new job. I'll quit my job. That's my favorite thing to do. I'll quit my job and get a new job. Today was a day, huh? What? No, DCI. We're just talking. Welcome. We're talking about change. Today is a day. It's the only day that we exist. So you better savor it. It seems like the human spirit hates complacency, but I'm still figuring that out. Yes, I think I can agree with that. Well, I mean, if you think about how we're biologically programmed, like, we're not biologically programmed to be in a state of constantly having all of our needs met. Like, we are programmed to be always looking for food and finding the food and eating it all up, and you know, food is scarce, shelter is scarce, water is scarce. Like, all these things are scarce resources, right? That's why we sometimes still have a difficult time controlling our impulses and emotions and whatever. It's because it's like literally hardwired into us. That's why I think it's a delusion to think we can somehow transcend our nature, our biology. I don't think we can. But the interesting thing is that our external environment has changed so much that that there's this mismatch with our biology and our external environment. I mean, like, epigenetics sure has maybe changed a little bit, tiny bit, but like not really as much as it should, or not as much as there's still a mismatch. Am I stuck? No, I'm not. Okay, got these ones. Compatibilism intensifies. Yo, what's compatibilism? I'm learning all these new things. I always learn so many new things from Ivan. Compatibilism is the belief that free will... Oh, that's what DCI was saying. DCI believes in this one. Free will and determinism are mutually compatible, and that it's possible to believe in both without being logically inconsistent. Real. Yeah. Real. Okay. Oh, here. 2 9s. But at any rate, I just want to thank everyone for choosing to spend time with me. I mean, it means a lot. I mean, we're all in this together. That's the main point of my channel, is to reach out into the universe and be like, is anyone else going through this? Because if you are, let's talk about it. I'm learning that I do need to change my communication style in some ways in order to be more... I've never talked to people at this scale before. And so I'm learning from other streamers that you do need to like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And it's not always up to you. Yoga time? Yo! Okay, I could do yoga time, I think. Can I? Yeah, I got some room. I'll do yoga time. Oh shit. I almost fell over. Mod brief fly. Refly would be my first choice for a mod. Refly would definitely be my first choice. Okay, well I can't do that many poses in my dress because I'm just gonna. Thanks for redeeming that. That's my favorite redeem. Hold on, I'm gonna make it big. Mod him when he's not here. Yeah, he'll figure it out. I don't know how I can. Okay. There. Okay. Let's do a yoga pose. What should we do? We'll do dancer. I like dancer. I think that one I won't, because I'm not wearing a slip under this, so I don't want to be indecent. Okay. So a pose I'm working on is dancer. So you grab your inside of your foot and your toe. And you raise your. Am I in the frame? Yeah, I'm in the frame. You raise your arm up, making sure I'm not. Okay, I can't focus on the camera and the pose. Hold on, one sec. You gotta like kick out your leg and go up. Yee. Okay, other side. Ready? I'm not going as high as I could because I don't want my dress to go up. You know what I mean? Okay. Knees are no! Don't report me, please. Oh, fuck. Did I just knock? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I thought I knocked over my tea. No, I didn't mean to. Okay, that was my. I can't go too crazy with my yoga. I'm supposed to be resting my hip after I got the acupuncture yesterday, which my palm still hurts from that. Right palm. So for those who. Don't try this at home, but apparently if you put a needle that's this big in your palm right here, it helps with your in your right hand, it helps with your left hip. Oh my gosh, hello Axio, welcome. You get to move to a new state in a few days. That's cool. You must be busy packing though. Thanks for deciding to tune in during this time. We're talking about some philosophy, a bit, playing mahjong, talking about how everything's in constant flux, changing. Oh, a new liquid or gas or plasma, one of those. The pain from acupuncture makes you forget you were in pain to begin with. I thought about that. I thought also too how it stimulated my adrenaline when he was putting that needle in here, and my adrenaline caused the pain to immediately leave. He was explaining yin and yang to me in a very interesting way. He says that so my brother-in-law who did the acupuncture, he said that the needle was to increase yang energy, and you can think of it, the injury, as a rock in the middle of a stream. And, I don't remember actually. Something about the yang increases the flow. So the water is blood, so the stream is blood. You want to increase the flow of blood to remove the rock from the stream so it can flow through. I mean, it's all about the chi, right? The chi needs to flow, and if you have an injury, if your blood is stagnant, then that's a problem. That's going to create pain and a bad situation. So you need to make sure the blood and the chi is always moving out. If the yin and the yang are not balanced in your body, then that's going to be a huge problem. And so That's all what acupuncture is about either causing chi to flow out. So he was talking about how when I was feeling heat and sweating in my palm. My palm was sweating so much that it was literally dripping in sweat. I think it's because I was really scared, obviously. I was like, there's something in me. But he was saying that sweating is a good way to release chi. He said that there are 3 God-given gifts. There's hold on. I know this. He told me yesterday. It was a lot of information. I couldn't handle all of it. Breathing. Okay. Breathing is one. I think blood flow is the other one. Breathing. Blood flow. Something in the middle. And then farting. Farting is the 3rd God-given gift to remove chi, to take the chi out of your body. I'm a bit skeptical of some of the things he does, although it's really cool when it does work, because it really feels like magic. It really feels like magic. But I'm trying to convince him that he, in fact, cannot cure cancer with his acupuncture. He's still on this big delusion of, like, I can cure cancer, and people should stop using chemotherapy and come to me, and I'll use the needles. With only a few needles, I'll cure their cancer. And he has a few anecdotes. Okay. Okay, you can cure cancer with your... I mean, I'll leave the door open for the possibility, but the problem is I think, like, his ego is just so... He really genuinely he doesn't have an ounce of skepticism in him of, like, am I sure I'm just curing cancer? And am I sure that I'm curing cancer, or is it just a coincidence? He's not leaving any room for the possibility that it could be a coincidence. He's really thinking that it's all him that's doing it. And it's to the point where he's, like, going into emergency rooms and, like, applying acupuncture to people in the hospital where the people are coming for Western medicine, and he's, like, taking them off into a separate room and doing acupuncture on them, which is so illegal. Like, so not allowed. I don't know, man. I don't know, Ivan. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, he shared a story of a woman who was, like, stage 5 lung cancer and who was, like, about to die, and he gave her acupuncture, and from then she's been able to walk. Like, she couldn't walk before because she couldn't breathe, and after doing the acupuncture treatment, she was able to breathe and walk. It's not always like you stick the needle in the place that's hurting. Like, for example, he stuck the needle in my hand to fix my hip. If there's many different associations, there's channels of chi, right? So you need to, and I think both things can be true. I think I can be respectful of it as a practice, and that has, like, centuries of history. And I can also be skeptical of, maybe we should not encroach into spaces. Maybe we should be careful with people who are very vulnerable, and life or death type of situations. And perhaps situations where the legality is a bit questionable. That's one thing I'm just a bit skeptical about. But I don't think there's anything in the world that will change his mind. I think he will continue doing what he's doing. You ever meet people who, like, they're just on a path and there's nothing you can do to stop them? They just have these ideas about themselves that like there's nothing really you can do to influence them because they've already had so many life experiences that have so fundamentally tied all of their meaning in their existence. People love to throw the meaning of their existence onto things, right? And cling on to them so tightly as their identity, right? And so they just refuse to let it go. What if they take his medical license away? He doesn't have his license yet. He doesn't have his license yet. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, that's another issue. That's another issue. One problem is like, okay, here's one thing I do understand is that the circumstances have changed. So when my mother-in-law first came, like I should be really careful what I'm talking about. I may delete this VOD later. When my mother-in-law first came, she like, I don't want to get him in trouble. I mean, people don't know my identity, so that is one thing. Well, when she first came, like, there wasn't really there wasn't that much regulation in the system of, like, you know, if you had a degree from China, then you could just, like, kind of transfer it and get the certification, right? And it was that easy. But now that things have changed, now that Westerners have more embraced acupuncture, please tell the truth. Yeah, oops. This is one of those circumstances where I fear I may have yapped too much. But they've changed the rules now where you almost have to have like a full knowledge of Western medicine. I return and I see a highlighted message that I should be modded. Mods ban Refly. Yeah, DC, I wanted to mod you. I said that of all people, Refly, you would be my mod. Yeah, I would choose you first. I genuinely still don't know how mods work. Is that something people just ask other people to do? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. The progress on this game is so slow. We're still on the same game we started out. Basically, you set up an employment contract and create a 401k. See, that's what I was afraid of. I'm like, whoa. That's a lot of commitment. That's a lot of responsibility. Okay, 3. Let's see, maybe a 6. We're gonna move the 6 away. Nope, no 6. Today's stream is titled Yapping Too Much, Too Close to the Sun. Wait, Ivan has a fedora? Oh, is it from the 80s dance party? That's awesome. Yo. Sick emoji. Reflex said, yesterday I saw something I have not seen before. Tell me. Apparently there is some super mod what? Super mod status. Oh boy, there's a hierarchy? Instead of a hammer icon, they get an axe. No way. Ivan said, a generous health insurance plan also goes a long way. As long as it isn't traditional Chinese medicine. I think some insurance plans well, I know that the Veterans Association does prefer traditional Chinese medicine, like acupuncture, because they're really looking for other ways other than opioids for veterans to deal with pain. And so there's a great association between TCM practitioners and veterans. It's from Stream Elements. Oh, yes. I have Stream Elements, I think. I do. It's been a while since I've edited things in my stream. I need to work on that. Back in my day, TCM stood for Turner Classic Movies, the old movies channel after. Oh. See, I wasn't allowed to have Cartoon Network, so I don't know about that. Yeah, my mom didn't allow us to watch Cartoon Network or SpongeBob. She caved in after a while and let us watch SpongeBob, but in the beginning she was very hesitant. I was a pretty sheltered child, if you can't tell. Hey, I wasn't as sheltered as some of the other people in my community. I had one person, a neighbor, who wasn't allowed to watch PG-13 movies. And that was like, whoa. Quality cinema. So at least I was allowed to watch some PG-13 movies. And even one rated R movie. I can't believe this. My dad let me watch The Matrix. He made an exception for a single rated R movie. All the other rated R movies were not allowed due to Mormon culture. It says it in the Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon says you can't. Thou shalt not watch rated R movies. You better look it up. You gotta check it. Have any of you read the Book of Mormon? I doubt it. So you wouldn't know if I'm saying bullshit or not. Damn, the energy of Shia Labeouf really transferred to me, didn't it? That's what you get. See, that's what I'm afraid of. This is why I don't like to talk about other people on my stream, because it comes back to me in some way. And I'm always afraid of karma. I'm afraid of bad karma. If I talk negatively about somebody else, it's going to come right on back to me. Love me some old noir films. I don't know if I've really seen any. Ooh, your mother-in-law is hightailing over your place right now. She's coming for me. It's not her that's in trouble. It's someone else. For 9. You should watch Leave Her to Heaven. Okay, what's that one about? Ooh, I love the fabulous woman on the cover. 1945 American psychological thriller. While on a train, a writer strikes up a relationship with the gorgeous Ellen Berendt. Ellen quickly becomes obsessed with Richard and abandons her fiancé to be with him. Ooh, interesting. I saw a movie last night which I thought was really good. I saw Project Hail Mary. Have you guys seen that movie yet? It's good. It's really good. I really liked it. I won't spoil it for those who still want to see it, but I hadn't heard anything. I hadn't read the book or like heard anything about the movie, so I didn't know what the plot was going to be. And I thought it was delightful. I really liked it. So I won't spoil it, but I did really like its depiction of, I think it was like pretty, like as realistic as it could be of certain encounters, I guess. But it had some humor in it. It had some emotion in it. It had some amazing visuals. You know, it was so many things in one. So it definitely wasn't one-dimensional by any means, which is sometimes what I worry. There's so many one-dimensional space movies out there. But this one was really good. I would say it's on par with like Interstellar. Interstellar was divisive. I liked Interstellar a lot. Some people didn't. I don't understand why, but it's just one of those things where it's like you're given just enough information, but not a ton. Welcome back, Sam. Thanks for coming back. I hope your meeting went well. Yeah, Sam, we yapped too much. The energy of Shia Labeouf rubbed off on me, and we ended up bruh. Sometimes I forget that I'm live. Sometimes I forget that my actions have consequences. Bye, DCI. I hope you, if you do end up going to see that movie, I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for spending some time. 3 hours long. Yeah, it was really long. But I feel like with movies like that, like they just have so much story they want to tell. And so they need the time to do it. Ivan you didn't like Interstellar? Wait, why didn't you like it? You don't have to elaborate, but I guess I never understood what people didn't like. I thought it was very entertaining the whole time. Maybe because of like how it wasn't super realistic, perhaps. Like it was very whimsical sometimes. Or like, I don't know, a lot of plot holes. Not a lot was explained. Oh, you liked Arrival. Was that the one with the woman who communicates with the aliens on the other side of the barrier? If so, oh, you're gonna like this one. You're gonna like Project Hail Mary. You're gonna love it. Yeah, you guys are gonna like it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna say anything else. I can't say anything else. Otherwise, I'm gonna start spoiling shit. Yeah, that one was good. I like that one. The science... Okay, so I think the plot of Interstellar was kind of disjointed, and the science made little sense. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I recently watched a different space movie, and what was it called? Netflix space movie. See, I don't even remember the name of it, dude. That's how meh it was. It was this guy. Oh, George Clooney. Okay. George, that's who it was. George Clooney. Right? Yeah. Midnight Sky. The Midnight Sky. I watched that one this week. No, it was here. It was this one. The Midnight Sky. So he's in Antarctica or in the Arctic, and there's apocalyptic conditions on Earth, and he's trying desperately to communicate with with a ship that's returning from a mission about the conditions on Earth, and he finds this little girl when he didn't expect to, and a lot of it's about the relationship between him and the little girl. I thought it was mildly entertaining. It was mildly entertaining, but the thing is that like it just didn't give you enough information. Spoiler alert: the girl is an alien. No, I have no idea. You haven't seen it, Reply. You don't know. Just the whole time I was watching this movie, I was asking, like, why? What's going on? Why is this happening? Who? You know, I was so confused the whole time. And with Interstellar, like, it also gave you not that many answers, but I feel like it worked because, I don't know, it was like the bare minimum. And here, I feel like the bare minimum of information was not given. You just kind of have to guess about everything. You don't know why anything's happening. Spoiler alert, girls are aliens. That reminds me of Moms from Mars or something. You guys ever see that? Mars Needs Moms. I actually haven't seen it, but I've seen several YouTube reviews for some reason. Of like people tearing this movie apart. I don't think I'll watch. The CGI just looks absolutely terrible. Reply, who, why, what? Tends sometimes to be justified with, you just don't get the artist, which is bullshit. Well, that's how I felt about my least favorite movie, which is, the one with, this one, The Fall. Because this is one of those movies where absolutely nothing was explained, and you don't know everything's symbolizing something else, and the plot's just jarring back and forth between two different storylines, and you know that the director is just like, the director, or the writers, not the director. The writers, like, they're poor communicators is the main thing. That art is supposed to be communication, and when you have good art, then it communicates what the person intended to communicate. And even if it doesn't communicate what the original creator intended to, if it communicates something, then it still works. But this didn't communicate. I was just bored the whole time. What if the communication is lack of communication? Okay, fair point. Now I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, what's an example? Okay, let me think. Okay. The communication and lack of communication film or movie that worked. Well, I mean, Project Hail Mary. Going back to that. Have a good meeting, Ivan. See you. Nice to see you. I'm not going to say anything else, but like, there is some lack of communication in Project Hail Mary. And it's for a purpose. Right? Like, if you have a, like, well, nope, I'm not going to say anything else. It had a purpose. Dom says, I got half an hour into that movie, but it seemed a bit cliche or something. Adaption. Are you talking about adaption, Dom? Wish Ivan, yes, I wish Ivan good luck. We all do. Oh, Hail Mary. Oh, really? Wait, did you see it in, Wait, Dom, did you see it in the theater? Or is it available on Amazon? I'm talking about this movie. Maybe it is available. Oh, I see. Okay. That's fair. You didn't like it? That's okay. It doesn't have to be like the best movie ever. Oh my gosh, Sam. I love that movie. It's so good. Annihilation is like one of my favorite movies. And that one also did have lack of communication. But it worked. Oh, yes. Oh my god, it's so cool. It's so cool. I was so spooked out the whole time. It was so unsettling. Just the design, the set designs, and the delving into this unknown world, not sure what you're going to expect. The horror, the horror aspect, delightful. The only thing I would say is a bit shaky was the end of this. It was a bit like, whoa, what's happening? But I still liked it. It was still entertaining. Dom says, didn't seem bad. I was just like, what's fresh about this? Dom, I think you missed a crucial part of... I think you missed a very crucial part of the movie. Because if I'm recalling the first half an hour... Okay, the question... Because, okay, this is in the trailer, so I feel like I'm allowed to talk about it. There's the... Is it in the trailer? This is in the trailer, right? I won't elaborate. But, like, if you didn't meet this character yet, then you probably missed, like, what everybody liked about the movie. Everybody liked the... So for the first 30 minutes, I feel like it's just mostly Ryan Gosling. But then there's another character that gets introduced. And that is, like, the reason why everybody thought it was really good. Hello, Monster. I'm good. How are you? We're talking about Project Hail Mary and how I liked it. Oops. I didn't mean to turn that off. There we go. Oh no, you might have ads. Do you have ads? Hopefully you don't have ads right now. You came in the midst of my ads. But yeah, we're just chilling. We're playing some mahjong. We're talking about philosophy as usual. We're talking about change and mental health and all the things. Everything. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Thanks for lurking. It's nice of you to lurk. Probably gonna go play some games. Probably Minecraft. Have fun playing Minecraft. It's been a while since I played Minecraft. The last time I played Minecraft was for the Cherry Blossom update, and it was beautiful. They keep making so many beautiful trees. I love the trees. The trees are my priority. If I can make a really cool house out of a really cool color of wood, I will.
In life, there's roadblocks.
Life is Roblox. We've got some Roblox enjoyers here. I just never got into Roblox. I don't know what the hype's all about. I'm not a true Gen Z, I guess. Do you think do you think that DJ Khaled has ever played Roblox? Probably not, right? Thank you for lurking, Lucas. It's nice to see you. A member of our mushroom community. Oh, you guys, I was gonna tell you, there's a new member of the community that's going to be streaming soon. Bear's gonna stream tonight, actually. I'm gonna post it in my Discord. But I think you guys should check out his stream tonight. He's a therapist. Here, look. I can't see behind my camera. Bear think it's for shit. What's his username? I know. It's like, oh, I got it. Okay, here, look at this. You guys should check out bear_D83. I have more questions than answers. I am motivated by love, guided by reason. Oh, here, let me see if we can see his. Guided by reason and attracted to timeless wisdom. Dom, I think if you're still here, Dom, I feel like this channel is right up your alley. He's going to be streaming tonight. And the tension between the rational and the mystical. He's a licensed psychotherapist, musician, and former professor and teacher and TV and film director. Mods, shout out. Oh, yeah. Here, I'll shout. I'm doing it right now. Pretty soon my chat's going to tell me what to do because I'm the mod. I'm the only mod. There we go. Hi, Chosa. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your mint julep. Virgin. No alcohol. Delicious. I love Disneyland's mint juleps. They're so yummy. Especially on a hot day and when you've been walking around in the sun all day. Ooh, it's got a little bit of mint in it. A little bit of lime. Delicious. It's almost like a mojito. A little bit less lime than a mojito, I feel like. But yeah. Yes, Chozo, many of our community do not like alcohol, so we made all the drinks virgin. Yes. And as somebody who's sober curious myself, I'm sober curious. I'm not sober, but perhaps one day in the future I won't drink anymore. I think it's good. I think it's good that like Gen Z. I'm reading all this these news articles about how Gen Z is drinking less and less alcohol. Although to be fair, I think they're replacing it with marijuana, which is not great. But perhaps it's a small step in the right direction, right? We're drinking less alcohol than we ever have in the past. I think that's a good thing. I think that's overall a positive thing for society. I think if we transition away. Wow, way to slam THC. Well, Sam, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about marijuana. Mostly because I think it's an addictive. It can be addictive, very psychologically addictive. Joseph said, I don't mind the getting drunk part. It just tastes bad for me. Oh, okay. Yeah. I just don't like hard liquor. Hard liquor tastes bad. It tastes like cleaning fluid. I can only do wine. But I love my wine. I love my wine a little bit too much. Yeah, I don't. I love wine a little too much. I don't want to discount any of the important medical benefits that marijuana has. I mean, it can definitely help a lot with pain, and I'm not sure what other therapeutic benefits it has. But at the same time, like, I do have people in my life who struggle with marijuana addiction, and it's kind of hard to see unfold because I feel like it really does hold them back in their lives. I realize that you can get addicted to like almost anything, so maybe it's not the marijuana's fault, but it's since it interferes with the dopamine pathway, that's why I'm a bit skeptical of it. Like, it just feels like our society today is so dopamine maxing. Like, we all want a dopamine max. Wait, are you talking about me whining? Who are we? What? Hey, no, excuse me, I will ban you if you say something like that again. I don't appreciate it. Refly? Mod refly. No, refly, banned refly. Refly is banned. Not funny. Not funny. Anyway. So yeah, go check out Bear tonight. I think he's gonna have a genuinely cool stream. I saw him, he was at The Joy of Thinking. He called into that show on Friday. And we also had a nice conversation over Discord too. So he seems like a very nice individual, very friendly, and is very similar to me in that he just wants to ask a bunch of questions, and he doesn't claim to know any of the answers. But he does have a lot of formal training in like psychotherapy, so that's going to be really interesting to see. Because I think what he's going to have for his shows, he wants to have people call in, and like he'll help them unpack. He wants me to like, perhaps we collaborate together, which could be interesting. But one thing with therapists and me is I feel like it's very easy to fall into the dynamic of me being the patient and the therapist being the therapist. I fall for that time and time again. So I am a bit like, ooh, I don't know. Maybe. But anyway. I love people on Twitch who are investigating, who are searching. Stan Richson, I think, is another one of the one that Dom knows all the people. He's connected with the Twitch thinkers, thinking about stuff. The shouting into the void. What should we call them? Like the shouting into the void streamers. the investigators. The curious streamer. I think that's the word Barry used. He was like the curious streamer community. I was like, oh, okay. That would be so cool if there was like actually, because we have the philosophy community. And I feel like for me, I'm a bit different than them. Not that I like have to be special. I gotta be special and different. But I think more in the sense of like, I don't have any formal philosophy background. And I feel like most people in the philosophy community do. And so like, I don't really fit in with them that much. But I think who I would fit in with is the curious streamers. The people who are just thinking and introspecting constantly. I don't know. I'm just daydreaming. One day I'll find my place in this universe. One day I'll find my community. One day I'll find like-minded. I have already. I really enjoy everybody who comes here and decides to spend some time and talk. So that's important. You're making your community right now. Yeah, I do recognize that, and I am grateful for that. I think what I need to do is stop desiring. Desire is an insatiable urge. You will always desire more, no matter how much you have. So I do need to be careful of that. Mods, put a halt on desire. If only. It's never enough, you guys. It's never gonna be enough. You have to decide. That's the thing. You can't wait for an external thing to tell you, okay, enough is enough. That's something you decide for yourself. You decide and you say, that, okay, enough's enough. Let's see, I'm gonna do this. And that's hard. That means you have to have discipline. Discipline is really, really hard to have. I'm learning that. I'm learning that you have to have a balance between discipline and enjoyment. And then if you want more enjoyment in the future, you do have to have some discipline sometimes. What? I hate discipline. Somebody who grew up with a very very strict upbringing, Mormon upbringing, discipline was like the only thing. Piety. No, not piety. Piousness. Is that the word? That was the only thing that was important. And so now I'm trying to shift away from that. But I'm realizing that a little bit of discipline can be important. Piety. Okay, piety. We'll go with that. Doesn't have to be too much, and it doesn't have to mean that you're a rule follower and you're a just means that you have to hold yourself back sometimes. Bear, we were just talking about you. Speak of the devil. Bear, we were talking about how you were going to be streaming tonight. And yeah, I'm excited. We've got some people here who are very interested in what you may have to share. So yeah, I'm excited to see. You've got 30 minutes until my next appointment, and happy to spend those with you all. Well, we're happy to have you. We're still finishing up our Mahjong game. It's like a matching game with tiles. So that's what we're doing today. We were doing some analyzing of Shia Labeouf, of all people. We were talking about desire and how desire can never be satiated. It's like a constant need, right? And how you have to constantly be evaluating your own desire and being like, wait, can I not be satisfied with what I have? Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Okay, I want to make sure I don't get stuck. Let me find another. That's a 2. 5. What if I... 2. Oh no. Okay, I think I'm stuck. Ah, crap. Yep. I think we're stuck now. You often... Sorry, excuse me. You often meditate to myself. If I want, the wanting is all I'll have. Yeah. I think recognizing the want is the first step. And recognizing that you have to be the one to stop it. You have to be the one to decide that you feel satiated, because nothing external is ever going to stop it. You have to decide when enough is enough. Speaking of enough being enough, I think we're done here. I don't see any. 4, 5, 2, 1. Nope. I think we're done. Okay, well, we made it that far. Now you get some Mahjong ASMR. I will say, unfortunately, Bear, I think I was going to be wrapping up soon. I'm starting to get anxious about my my sculpture, my mushroom sculptures, and it feels like a kind of a good stopping point. I ran out of things to talk about. Bear said, "Not sure I can stop or control the wanting, but I can change and heal my relationship with it. It's a part of me that needs love too." Change and heal your relationship with wanting. Yeah, that could be important too. Well, I think that a lot of acceptance is needed. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to accept myself more. But I know it's going to be a constant... This whole thing is a constant journey. It's never ending. Somebody in the stream earlier said that humans are constantly changing. We're constantly in flux. And it's important to remember that. And I definitely agree with that. That we need to constantly be embracing change. Being stagnant is where you start to have problems. Do you guys know the fire sermon? What? What's the fire sermon? Let me look. Okay, is it on access to insight? If I click on this, it's gonna be fine, right? Clicking. Ooh, okay, wait. I'm gonna read this. Dom, is this it? Yeah, okay, I think this is it. Okay, so I'm gonna read it. Thus I heard, on one occasion the Blessed One was living at Gaia together with 1,000 bhikkhus. There he addressed the bhikkhus. Bhikkhus, all is burning. And what is the all that is burning? The eye is burning, forms are burning, eye consciousness is burning, eye contact is burning. Also, whatever is felt as pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, that arises with eye contact, for its indispensable condition, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fire of lust, with the fire of hate, with the fire of delusion. Oh, if this doesn't sound familiar, I say it is burning with birth, aging and death, with sorrows, with lamentations, with pain, with grief, with despair. Yo. The ear is burning, sounds are burning, the nose is burning, odors are burning, the tongue is burning, flavors are burning, the body is burning, tangibles are burning, the mind is burning, ideas are burning, mind consciousness is burning, mind contact is burning. Also, whatever is felt as pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, that arises with mind contact for its indispensable condition, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fire of lust, with the fire of hate, with the fire of delusion. I say it is burning with birth, aging and death, with sorrows, with lamentations, with pain, with grief, with despair. I'm starting to want... No, come on, reply. It does feel exhausting, but I think that's the point. When a noble follower who has heard the truth sees thus, he finds estrangement in the eye, finds estrangement in forms, finds estrangement in eye consciousness, finds estrangement in eye contact, and whatever is felt as pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, that arises with eye contact for its indispensable condition, in that too he finds estrangement. Here's the thing, this is reminding me a lot of today's stream, actually. I think that's very profound. It's reminding me of when I have streams that I don't necessarily, that I feel kind of, well, I'll just be honest with you. Like today's stream, I feel is one of my not as good streams. I rank my streams after I'm done with them. And sometimes when I'm in the midst of streaming, I'm like screaming in the middle of my head, like, just turn it off. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. In other streams, like my woman tier list stream, I felt the whole time I was like fucking just like flow state in it, and I was having fun and people were having fun and everything was just flowing out of me. But the reason why I have shitty streams some days is because of this. Because I'm constantly thinking in the back of my mind, I'm judging everything. I'm putting everything I'm thinking about, everything I'm saying has some sort of a judgment or a desire or a feeling or an emotion attached to it. And it just feels like everything is like being held back by something. And it's like, it feels like it's burning, I guess. It's like, it's just like everything is a hurdle you got to get through. And there's so much resistance. It's not flowing. It's the opposite of flowing, right? There's just resistance, 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 resistance. And that's how I feel. That's when I feel like I am not in the state I want to be in. So thanks for sharing. I'm going to continue. I'm going to read the rest of it. He finds estrangement in the ear, in sounds. He finds estrangement in the nose, in odors. He finds estrangement in the tongue, in flavors. He finds estrangement in the body, in tangibles. He finds estrangement in the mind, finds estrangement in ideas, finds estrangement in mind consciousness, finds estrangement in mind contact, and whatever is felt as pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, that arises with mind contact for its indispensable condition, in that too he finds estrangement. When he finds estrangement, passion fades out. With the fading of passion, he is liberated. When liberated, there is knowledge that he is liberated. He understands. Birth is exhausted. The holy life has been lived out. What can be done is done. Of this, there is no more but beyond. That is what the Blessed One said. The bhikkhus were glad and they approved his words. Now, during his utterance, the hearts of those 1,000 bhikkhus were liberated through taints, through clinging, no more clinging. Clinging is the key word here. Dom says, Buddha also uses a water metaphor for desire. It is like adding colored dye to water. Oh, interesting. Now here's a question. What does estrangement mean? Because I was reading that, I was like, wait. Separation? Let's see. The fact of no longer being on friendly terms are part of it. So what I think what he was meaning was like separation, right? Separation of the self. Separation of opinions. Because what's resonating with me is like I'm relating to the everything has to have me in it. Like I say something and I regret it instantly, right? Or I say something and I hate it, or I say something and I'm afraid of how people react to it, and I blah blah blah. You know, it's full of self, right? Dom says it seems like a kind of detachment or disillusionment. Question is okay, wait, is estrangement, is he saying it's a good thing? Let's see, let me read it again. When a noble follower who has heard the truth sees thus, so I'm assuming that enlightened ones detach, is what he's saying, right? So the ideal state is being detached from all this. Well, I know on a much smaller scale, like when things feel really good to me, it's when I'm not thinking about me at all. I'm not considering her. I'm not considering the consequences of my actions. Not in like a carelessness way, but in a like no anxiety way. There's no anxiety present. Dom says he essentially says later it leads to freedom. Yes. It leads to liberation as part of the process. Right? They were liberated from taints through clinging no more. And so it's the opposite of clinging, right? So estrangement, separation kind of, and clinging, right? Clinging means everything has an exhausting reason behind it or explanation behind it, or like, I always like to think of it as like the insertion of the ego. Like the attachment to the result, the constant narrator in your head that's like telling you how you feel about everything. It's like, oh my God, can you just shut up? I know I have to be nicer. I have to be nicer to her. I have to be nicer to myself. We talk about her in the third person sometimes because she can get quite annoying. But yeah, That's what I would like to be free from. Dom says, if it means not being on friendly terms, maybe he means once you recognize the burning or suffering in the defilements, then you seek to extinguish them. The question is, Dom, is that like another desire that you have to break free from? Fuck. I think I'm at the stage where I have the desire to break free from my attachments and desire for enlightenment. Yes, I think so. I think that's something you have to break free from as well. There was that one meme I shared, remember that? Where it's like, it was like the Buddha and somebody who was saying they want to be an enlightened one. And the follower asked Buddha, he was like, Buddha, how do I become a enlightened one? And he was like, Buddha, I want to become an enlightened one. And the Buddha takes like a marker and crosses out the I want to. And then they are enlightened. Bear says, desiring enlightenment seems like spiritual ego. Right. Because like, why? Well, I guess like, why would you want? What would you do as soon as you're enlightened? Does it mean you have plans? Once I become enlightened, then I will... Yeah, I've got all my plans now. I don't think that's the goal. I don't think the goal is to become enlightened and then carry out all of your plans.
We live in an eternal now.
I desire spiritual ending.
You've got all the time there is, which is now.
Thank you, Alan Watts. Thank you, Refly. Refly, I don't have any new memes, but let's go through some of my old memes, because they're good ones. Let's go through some old memes. No, you can't just experience the supreme reality by yourself. You need to believe in my personal speculations about divinity. The sun is Brahman, and I too. Here's the question. Like, when you become enlightened, would you want to tell everybody else about it? Is that the goal? Because that's my goal. My goal is that once I become enlightened, then I'm going to tell everyone else and help everybody else. I'm going to use it for good. I'm going to use it to be a good person. Dom says, can't find it, but I see that desire as a useful tool can become what's called a golden chain. But some traditions are more or less cool with goals and effort, and others say, no, we don't do that. Right. I know, it is a nuanced thing. Everybody says something different. Sam says, I want the experience of me to end. All I can say to that is, I mean, you have, I honestly don't know what to say to that. I'm not sure what to say. But I very much enjoy experiencing you. So, that's all I'll say. I mean, I very much enjoy experiencing you. A lot of people enjoy experiencing you. And so there's a net positive occurring from you existing. So that's what I'll say. Bear says, telling everyone about your enlightenment seems sort of unenlightened. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Sam, I guess I just don't know fundamentally what you're trying to communicate. And I guess most of us don't either. But, yeah, it does depend on how you read it. But yeah, it definitely doesn't make me happy that is your view. I can understand. I mean, I've been at a stage in my life where I didn't enjoy existing, and in fact, I didn't want to exist anymore. And that can be a very lonely state of mind. And sometimes it felt like there was no way out. But being on the other side of it, now I'm very glad that I pushed through. Yeah. I want off the cycle of life and rebirth. I agree with Buddha that existence is to experience desire and aversion, and I want that to end. Well, boy, do I have a meme for you. Here, let me find it. Where's all my samsara memes? I gotta find some samsara memes. I wish I knew how to quit you. There's gotta be another samsara meme in here. I want to find the one where it's like, he found out the cycle of death and rebirth is never ending. He mad. I don't know if I'm gonna find it. Cycle of death and rebirth. Oh, Dom, this is the one I was talking about. Arahant means enlightened one, right? So the follower is saying, I want to become an Arahant. And the Buddha reaches over and crosses out, I want to become. And then he is. That's all you need. That's the thing. That's all you need. I think on this note, Reflex said, wanting to tell everybody else makes you not enlightened. I know. That's why I'm not enlightened right now. I have to let go of that desire. And the question is, I don't know if I can ever do that. I think I value my ego too much, unfortunately. Dang it. Let's leave it at this. This is our final notes. Save the world. My final message. Goodbye. Mods ban. Wait, I need to check right now. It's feeling off the charts, not gonna lie. Today is the day where... What? Wait. Huh? I think it's broken. That's crazy. The word enlightenment got kind of butchered. Oh. There's many different names for it. Yeah. Okay, well that doesn't seem right. I don't know why it gave me that result. I'll take it, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna raid today, you guys. I'm sorry. It's not in me today. I'm struggling with words. But everyone go check out Bear's stream tonight. I'll be there. And I probably won't stream tomorrow, but maybe on Friday I will, if I think of something interesting and engaging. But thanks everyone for spending time with me today, and I enjoyed having you. And be well. Be well. Enjoy your existence while you have it. That's the least you can do. So, okay. Bless you. Okay, goodbye, my friends. See you next time. Say goodbye to everyone in chat. Thank you, Bear. Be well. Peace. Bye, Dom. See you.